Yeah, I had the mic off on purpose, Mario. I didn't want y'all having to listen to Fastenal talk. I was trying to be professional. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What up, Chuck? We got Chuck, we got Mario. Can't even tell. And Beecher. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm just fiending. I'm fiending for some more brotherhood interaction. I know some of y'all couldn't make it Saturday, but I'm fiending for more interaction. That was so fun. I long for the day when everybody can get together at one time, like rent out the Mercedes-Benz Stadium or something, and somewhere everybody having a blast. Yeah, I'm Brian till 3 o'clock. It's 3:10 now, so I'm done. Now I'm Bubba. I'm only Brian while at work. Hope y'all had a good day. Busy, 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 busy. Trying to figure out how to do a trade for a birth year knife that Casey has over at call. Oh, there he is. Yeah, speaking of Casey, look, I swear to God, I didn't know you were there. I'm trying to figure out what I can trade you. I don't know. I don't know if I've even got stuff good enough. Well, I do, but not stuff good enough that I want to let go. Although my Pretty Bone Trapper is my favorite knife. 78, gorgeous Pretty Bone. I would trade that, but it would take a couple. It would take 2 or 3 birth year knives for me to let that go. That's how much I love that thing. But for enough birth year stuff, it could happen. I showed some of the guys yesterday. Gadsden, Alabama, just a few hours from here. There's a guy had the case display with all 48 case knives in it, all of it 1983, and $750. I could do it, but that's pulling that 750 straight out of the family trip fund for December, so I can't do it. Uh, Man, that hurt my heart though. All that brand new 1983 sitting there. Yeah, Casey, it's a 78 Pretty Bone Trapper. It's all over my channel, man. I can, if you're interested, I can send you pictures. But that's the only way I'd ever let that go is for birth year case stuff. Yeah, Mario, that was a crazy deal. Absolute crazy. I couldn't believe it. It was everything. It had the oil stones. Um, I mean, everything. Had all the shark knives. Granted, they were just the wood handle, not the stag, but still, I mean, that's less than $20 a knife, plus the display, plus the oil stones. Lord, if I was somebody who had credit cards, I'd be getting a cash advance on a credit card and going to buy that. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't have any credit cards. I deal in cash only. Oh, 78's your birth year. Well, ain't God good? Man, there was a 78 that I looked at yesterday. It was on my video last night that I put up this morning. I mean, that I looked at Ellaville that Michael Hale has. You might want to reach out to him, Casey. He's got a 78 Stockman 87, I think. Is that the one with the round bolsters, the bigger one? Gorgeous, gorgeous, Pretty Bone. 1980 Case Trapper. I do not have anything 1980. The last time I got something 1989, I sent it. We got it to Nate, a group of us. We did some things. So there's some of us who we kind of look out for each other, and take care of each other. And I think that's what we should all do. Obviously we can't go out and, oh, that's my dream knife. Somebody buy me that $800 knife. Can't do that, but we can look out for each other here and there and help people out. And that's what this community's been so good at. He said, "Make me fight." Oh, Mario, fight me. Oh, I'm gonna pick a minute, so he'll probably get annoyed that I'm doing this, but I don't care. My car, my rules. Yeah, I was wanting to look through Deep South stuff the other day for 83, but I know realistically all their stuff is so nice. I just didn't have that kind of paper on me, and couldn't justify it. So that's why I went with budget stuff. I think I spent $70 for myself. Bought one knife for I would 83s. So wife said, "Go get that." I was like, "I wouldn't buy nothing for a while." She said you still be looking at knives. I was like, "Well, yeah, looking. I won't buy." She said, "Yes, you will." I was like, "Well, maybe." Yeah. Oh man. Oh, Casey and Clint, I think they're going to Barron's Son this weekend. My wife said, "Are you still wanting to go?" I was like, "Yes, but I'm not going to because we just did that trip Saturday. Just a few weeks ago, we did that trip down to Waynesboro for her stuff, and then next weekend, the 30th, that's leaving for Orlando. So I was like, no, we ain't gonna. And I said to be gas down there and back, stopping to get food, and to be tempted to buy knives, even though they're a good deal. And I'm not a huge Bear and Son guy, anyways. If it was case knives at Bear and Son prices, even the seconds like that, that'd be different. Um, Although Big Jim kind of broke my heart today. We were texting back and forth for a while, and he was telling me that a lot of the case knives aren't even made in Pennsylvania. They're actually outsourced to Bluegrass Cutlery. Have any of y'all ever heard that? I Googled it and I told him, I was like, well, I'm Googling it. I can't find that. So if that's true, it's being hidden really well. But I had never heard that. And Bluegrass, they outsource a lot of their stuff to China. So it makes you wonder how much of case knives really are outsourced. Man, Trevor, you good to see you, bud. You would have spent money, I'm sure. It was so much stuff. Yeah, if you want something special, call Deep South. That's for sure. Michael Hell had that X's under. It was like a rail splitter pattern, but it was a different pattern number. He told me the book on it was 800. I said, "Oh Lord, let me just walk away from you before I get divorced. I don't even want to touch that knife." I went and held a couple of the HT had some knives over there with Brother Rex, some nice moderns, and I held a couple of them, and they were very nice. But I said, "Man, I'm not a high end modern guy. I'm just not. I'm just not that guy." Somebody keeps texting me links for YouTube videos, and I don't know who it is because I don't have the phone number saved. I'm to the point. Um, I'm not against the Chinese knives. I'm not, but I'm to the point that if somebody said, "Okay, you can buy a Rough Rider every week," like if this was what I decided. Look, I can afford say $80 a month. Let's just say that's a nice round number, $20 a week. I'm making it simple math for simple folks like me. And my budget said, look, you do $80 a month. So that's four Rough Riders, or you save up and get one case or two Baron Sons, or you save that up for 3 months and get a GEC. I'm to the point I would do that. I would have less knives and American made stuff, hypothetically better quality. Hypothetically, I know. With new case knives, you're not necessarily there, but I'd be looking for more vintage case stuff I don't have, old buck stuff. Excuse me. I apologize for that. But that's kind of just where I'm going to. I said I'm not against the foreign knives, and I'll still carry them. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get them anymore. Um, unless it's like just a modern for a work knife or something. CJRB, Civivi, something like that. My wife loves her Civivi mini Praxis, but my brain has switched, my desires have switched, and I'm just wanting old stuff. Maybe it's ADHD. Maybe in 2 months I'll be changed again. Who knows? With me, I ain't no freaking telling. Like I'm really wanting a Marlin spike knife. I don't know why, because I have nothing to do with the water sailor, nothing like that. But they just keep grabbing me. I keep looking at them on eBay. I picked up two different ones at Ellaville. Didn't buy them, but I picked them up, and I don't know. Maybe it's ADHD. Trevor, that's honestly a very very valid what's the word I'm looking for? That's a really good point. You would think because a lot of the Chinese stuff, like Rough Rider, the quality is usually better than Case. It seems like lately. So you would think if they were outsourcing Case that the quality would go up. 'Cause I know even like Jim from Hunting, Fish, and Praying, he got that Barlow from Deep South, and there were burrs on the blade again. That's a brand new 2025 Case. So it does make you wonder. What's up, Wayne? Good to see you, buddy. I think I saw Brother Greg a minute ago. Deleted messages. Oh, we getting some trolls, huh? Getting some men in their 40s who living in Mama's basement. Got it. Got it. I don't understand. I really, really don't. I got too much going on in my life to sit there and try to troll people. Hey, Jake. Jake, last night we watched your video. I forgot to comment because I was watching it on my TV. But man, it just when you said that stuff y'all gave me that I can't show, dude, it just breaks my heart that YouTube is being so stupid. So my son, I told him he was sitting there, he pulled his AirPod out and I explained, and so he went and found YouTube's rules, and YouTube's rules don't say anything about age that he could find. All he could find was that YouTube can remove if they feel it is a danger to you or to someone else. So, man, I hate it that you've been put through the ringer by YouTube. I really do. That's why a lot of people have left YouTube and went to Rumble because stupidity of YouTube sometimes. Oh, GEC's calling me hard. I was shopping GECs today. Yeah, buddy. A lot of the vintage case is overpriced. Absolutely. But the reason it's overpriced is because people keep paying it. So it's not even the dealer's fault. If they put it out there and they've got $50 in it and people keep bidding it up to 400 or 500, that's not the dealer's fault. It's collectors, who have so much disposable income. It's like Rough Riders going for triple and quadruple the price on whatnot. And you know, if it's just because that's your buddy's whatnot, you want to help him out, then just tip him. You know what I mean? Or cash app him some money or something. Don't make the price of knives go up. It's stupid. It's knife doctor's fault. That's funny. Oh, oh man, it is insane the price of some of the stuff. If people would just, it's like these case knives. The special edition, the peanut butter and jellies, the Christmas trappers, Sea Dragon, Tin Roof, whatever. If people would quit going nuts for them because of the crummy quality, maybe, just maybe, the quality would go up, um, and then the price wouldn't be so nuts on the secondary market. But then at the same time, if Case is going to make 250 of a knife, and they're going to sell it at basically a regular price, like a trapper, so they're going to sell it for like 80, 85 instead of 150, then why not go ahead and make enough for all the collectors? Because Case doesn't make any more money on the secondary market, by the resale, by guys buying them and flipping them. So why don't they just make enough to make everybody happy? I don't understand. Um, they're still going to sell them. You know what I mean? I don't understand. Maybe that's why I'm not in business like that, not in marketing. Um, Maybe I don't think right. I don't know. I'm not buying new case knives unless I can flat out put my hands on it and touch it and see that it's all good. I'm not gonna buy a new case knife online. If I win one on a whatnot giveaway or something, hey, that's great. But I'm not buying a brand new one. Excuse me. Somebody said, "Hey Brian, here's 60 or 80 bucks. Go buy you a new knife." It's gonna be a buck, you know, or a Baron Son, something like that. It ain't gonna be a brand new case. If they tell me it's got to be a brand new knife, it's gonna be a buck or a Baron Son. It ain't gonna be a case. Yeah, the case retail price is not bad, really. If well, let me rephrase. If it is truly a made in America knife, the price is not bad. Baron Son does undercut them a little bit, and some of the stuff, but brother Rex Wiseman calling me. I have to call him back. Um, but yeah, like a buck 110 for 60 bucks. I mean, I don't think there's anything Case puts out that can touch that. Um, but I digress. That's my rant for the day. Crossroads with a pinned bolster, a steel bolster and pinned bone. Yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah, Roastcraft by far has better quality. Absolutely. Tyler, finally got to meet Tyler Saturday. Go Dogs. I was gonna text Tim because Tim kept saying "Roll Tide" to me on Saturday. Bearded Knife Guy, and I was gonna text him, like into the fourth quarter, but it was late because I just wanted to text because Alabama lost earlier in the day and Georgia was whooping Texas, so I was gonna text him and be like "Roll Tide," but I didn't. I was nice. I kept my pettiness to a minimum. I like the Sodbusters. I do like the Sodbusters. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't happy. I'm sure he wasn't. South Carolina fans, they should not be happy the way that team blew that 27-point lead against Texas A&M. That's a shame. Love the Trapper, George. I appreciate it, buddy. But buddy, I can't talk, buddy. Love it. Brian's in here from Tommy Boy Knives in EDC. What's up, buddy? Stan the man. I hope I haven't missed anybody else. Brother Greg, welcome everybody. Appreciate you coming in. I was just jonesing for some interaction today after the knife show Saturday. Just jonesing. Andy looks at each knife himself. Golly. Hey, Justin, that's crazy. He's looking at each knife. That's a bunch of knives to look at. Golly. Excuse me. They are good quality. Like, even the ones that they list as seconds, like, if they wouldn't have told me, I never would have known they were seconds. They're that good. Oh, it's got a mushy half stop. That's a great half stop compared to some of the crap, other companies do. Um, I mean, their mushy half stop was still just as good as Rough Riders. It's crazy. So I mean, I appreciate their attention to detail. I do. Um, I have traded off some of the Rosecrafts just because um, I was able to get other things for them. But I still got all the seconds that I bought. I've traded off most of the new ones. Um, but yeah, I love the Rosecraft stuff. That Farmhand, which is their version of the Sodbuster, I mean, that's as good a knife as there is on the market. And to me, that Farmhand is fantastic. Razor sharp, perfect fit in the hand. Um, just outstanding. All right, George, you be safe, buddy. American Workman Case Mini Trapper has extra mushy half stops. Extra mushy. Huh. I don't know what extra mushy means there, Mario. Sounds like, but definitely sounds like something Case would do. You stuck? You hurting today? Most days. Okay. I'm sorry. Now that other knife I had y'all that Jack Wolf I had a little bit before I flipped it because it's like Mario. It's what I said earlier about hustle. If I find a way that I can flip something, and make a little money, I'm gonna do it. And that I had bought that Jack Wolf, and I personally feel that that's just a Rosecraft with another name on it. It was identical to having a Rosecraft in my hand. Identical. And yeah, Jason, I love the farmhand. I bought the black sandalwood a second, and then Brother Ted Hart had gifted me a yellow sandalwood. It was a second as well, but I couldn't tell. I still don't think I ever found out what was wrong with it. Um, Not that I cared. Um, but yeah, I love that farmhand. And then I had the blue denim one just as part of the pass around group. That was great too. Beautiful looking knife. I like the blue denim, micarta, because it just looks like old blue jeans. I like that. Tyler, you should pick up a farmhand. I really think you would like it. I really do. Tyler, how far are y'all from? I don't know where you live. How far are y'all from Orlando? Yeah, deep south, and brother Dwayne might have them now too, because they have to sell them at the same price. So he might, brother Dwayne might have the farmhands in stock as well. The old timers are pretty nice. Um, the new Chinese ones are actually really really solid knives. I was tickled to pick up a couple of tickled just for you, Wayne. I was very happy to pick up a couple of vintage old timers over the weekend. I really like the that old saw cut Delrin. It's just hard to beat. Oh, you're 8 hours from Orlando. Okay. I was gonna say I'll bring the farmhand down if you were near Orlando, and when we're down there we can meet up. But yeah, we ain't gonna be nowhere close. Well, you could put one in your hand, see if you liked it. I think it actually fits a little better in the hand than the Sodbuster. I think it's not quite as thick as a synthetic Sodbuster. That's gonna be my running joke now, Wayne. Is every time I say tickled, I'm gonna think of you or mention your name because it's funny. Because honestly, I didn't even realize how much I was saying it, but now I'm gonna double down on it because that's just funny to me. I've always said tickled because my dad said tickled, and uh, I'm sure grandma or grandpa probably said it. Nanny, she probably said it. So it's just something I've said. The farmhand is 40 or 50, maybe. It's not a bad price because I think maybe 44 because I think I paid 25 or less for the second. So I think at the most it's 50, but it might be 40 something. I really don't remember, but they're very good. I don't know if they ever did any with bone handles. Like I said, the two I got are sandalwood. So and then they got the blue denim micarta. I don't know what other handles they have besides those three, but I'm pretty sure they got more than that. There is a Rosecraft knife I want, but it's discontinued. It was the bourbon or whiskey bone dragon scaled. I think it was the Otter Creek Barlow. They had a couple years back. That's one that I want at some point. Um, I think it looks really cool. I've got pretty sure I've got a saved search on eBay for it. Rosecrafts don't really come up on eBay much. People just kind of keep them. Get a Crossroads, get pretty bone handles. I'm confused, Trevor. Maybe it's Monday. Um, Squatch. The farmhand is just like a sodbuster, so it's not a locking blade. It's a slip joint. Um, for one that is similar with a locking blade would be man, the Baron's Son, I guess. It's called the farm. I think it's called the farmhand too. It's a little thinner, but it's a locking blade working knife. There might be, I don't know if there's another one out there like the sodbuster or the farmhand that's locking blade. Put bone handles on a Crossroads. Gotcha. Okay, thank you. I misunderstood. I got corn fused. Yeah, that Crossroads blade, it is a cool blade. What's it like S35VN with the see-through nail nick? I mean, that is cool. That one that they just released, I think it's like all G10. There's no steel liners or nothing, so it's definitely different. Squatch, I hope you're doing good. I hadn't seen you in a while. Of course, I haven't been watching a ton of content or commenting myself on people's stuff either. Been so stinking busy. But Ellaville's now out of the way. I don't have any other projects really. Had a request today to see if I could do their logo on the laser, so I got to test that. But other than that, just prepping for the family trip and then get through the new year. Hey, welcome back, Mario. See you, Trevor. Making sheaths. Okay, cool. I've tried, man. I've made a couple slips, 3 or 4 slips. I think I only had one that turned out good, and I gave it away in one of my giveaways. Um, you gotta have patience, and you gotta kind of have an eye for detail with them leather slips, in my opinion. And it's just not me. I would love to be able to do it, but I bought the little needles and the pricking iron, all the little stuff off Amazon. I'll probably end up just giving it away to somebody who wants to get into leather work. It's nothing fancy, but it can get you started. Oh, Mario, this economy has hurt a lot of us for sure. Definitely ready. 2026. Buy what off of me? Well, I appreciate that, Ryan. I wasn't tremendously pleased with it, but honestly, at that point, I was so frustrated. I wasn't about to try to make another one. And then there would have been bad juju on it because I would have been raging trying to make that slip. 3 legal pad folios. Oh, good grief! You talking like for like the yellow legal pads? That's big. Mario, you will not buy it off of me. I'll just send it to you. I still got to mail the Rough Rider traveling box back to Tobias. I forgot to do that. I'm supposed to do that like 3 or 4 days ago. I don't even carry like notebooks, like handwrite stuff. I do all my notes in my phone. I mean, I use sticky pads on my desk. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a sticky note guy, but I want one of those leather notebook holders that Steven makes from Sanctified Leather, just because it looks so nice. But I would never use it, so I would not buy it. But it just looks so nice. Oh dang, tooling the flag on the front too. That's awesome. You'll have to let me see that. Post a video or something, or email me. I'd love to see that when you get those done, buddy. I admire people who do the leather work. I really do. I want a small leather pouch, basically, for my Zippos, for my pocket. Um, the lid, I don't necessarily need for the lid, but like I've got a couple of Zippos that have artwork on them, and I'd like to protect the artwork while it's in my pocket. But I looked at trying to do it myself, and getting the folds on the side and then where it folds on the bottom and getting all that together. I was like, nope, I ain't gonna try it. But I don't want one of the Zippo belt pouches. I don't like those. Exactly, Stan. Now look, I am that way with knives. Like there's some not, I just don't use a lot of my slip joints unless I get one. I pick it up and it's really beat up or something, like the little I picked up that old timer over the weekend, which y'all haven't seen yet because the video don't come out till tomorrow. But I'll go ahead and I'll tell y'all the story behind it because it's kind of funny. You'll hear it twice, I guess, if you watch the video tomorrow. But um, it was a straight old timer Trapper 94 OT, basically, is what it was, I assume. But the blade, I didn't pay no attention. I wasn't even thinking about it being a 94 OT. I just saw a Trapper, and the blade said 77 OT. I was like, how much? And Reggie Heidelberg and his wife, that $20. I was like, sold. So I bought it, and so walking around, and I showed it to Brother Don Hoffroggy. I was like, check this out, 77 OT. He's like, 77 OT. I was like, yeah. He's like, that ain't right. I said, what do you mean that ain't right? And he reached in his book of knives and pulled out a muskrat, which is a 77 OT. I was like, oh. So it's been rehandled or rebladed, either aftermarket or from case. I mean, trade. Like maybe when they were shutting down. That was Mike's guess. He said that could have been a possibility. I was like, oh. I said, well, either way, it's unique. It's a good working knife. And the pin in the through the tang is a brass pin. The pin on the back bolster is a nickel silver pin. So with a brass pin in there, I'm assuming it was just somebody changed the blade out along the way. But now it's like a one-off. So to me, it's got character. I like it. Deal, Mario. I mean, I was going to send it to you regardless. But if you're going to offer to do that, deal. I've even got one decent piece of it's called grizzly leather from Hobby Lobby. I'll send with it. It's what I made Ryan's slip out of and Trevor's, and Trevor won my giveaway. Okay, Wayne. I hope it's not a mint condition vintage knife because I'll really struggle with that. I mean, I've used a ton of the knives. My problem is when I'm using a knife, usually it's like I'm opening a box at work or something, or I need something quick, and I just reach on the edge of my pocket and flip open my modern. You know what I mean? It's not even like I intentionally think don't use this slip joint. It's just that I've carried a modern for so many years, way before I started collecting knives, and I'm just used to flipping a knife out. That's the biggest thing. So I think the only way to get around it is probably to stop carrying a modern and try to retrain myself. But I'm over 40, so I don't know if I can even retrain myself at this point. That's a good point, Mario. I'll have to look through them, pick out the best one for you. I think I'll keep the other two set aside for a whatnot show in the new year. I think I'm gonna try to do one every couple of months if I can pick up some good deals and then do a whatnot show because I really enjoyed that. Like I had fun doing that. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. The auction is actually not the hardest part. The shipping is the hardest part. But I was wore out after the auction because I ran for almost 3 hours. What's up, brother Ed? The Stockman made it to brother Ed. I was so happy. Wayne, I'm a tool, and Fastenal uses me every day. And that's where my kids would be like, "Not funny, Dad. Not funny. You can't teach an old a new tricks." Yeah, I'm trying though. I don't want to be so stubborn. You know what I mean? That I can't learn. You know, whether it be personally, professionally, spiritually. I don't want to be so set in my ways that I can't learn. I have been known to be hard headed though. Man, I'm glad. I'm glad, buddy. I still forgot to send you your stickers. Man, I am so sorry. I forgot to send you stickers. I will get those in the mail um, tomorrow. I'll have them in the mail tomorrow. I'm so sorry. Man, I feel bad about that. Mm-mm-mm. I got no excuse. Just forgot. Mr. Dwayne, how you doing, sir? Yeah, I actually carried three knives today. I carried two old timers and the Spyderco. But maybe I'll try to be maybe I'll try to start retraining myself and not carrying a modern. I need to get better about sharpening my knives too. I'm really bad about wanting to take the time to sit there and sharpen a knife. Wish little gnomes would, whatever, come out at night and sharpen them all for me. I mean, that's a true statement. So here's the problem: when I do put them in my pocket, I usually put them in a slip. So it still wouldn't get pocket worn, would it? That would suck. Okay, Squatch. Forgive me, I don't remember your name. That's why I just call you Squatch. Um, it's not the laser stuff's not hard. Um, what kind of dust? It's not hard. It's the laser itself, the program, and a decent um, computer. It don't have to be nothing high end, but a decent computer. But yeah, I can definitely get you a video one day about it. You just let me know when. Well, let me see what knife I can get tomorrow that I won't put in a slip, Wayne. Because I don't feel like you done challenged me. I feel like you done challenged me. And I feel like it can't be synthetic because what is pocket worn synthetic? You know what I mean? So now I got decisions to make. I don't know what I want to do. I'm not liking this challenge at all. I might have to gracefully bow out because I like the slips protect the knives. I just don't think I'm ever gonna, I just don't think I'm ever gonna be that guy that treats every knife like a tool. I know they are, but I collect them to look at them. Um, so I don't know if I'll be that guy. It's like buying a 124 scale NASCAR collectible car. It's not a toy. It's there to look at. Well, if you can handle a computer, you'll be able to handle the program for the laser. Like I said, it's not hard. The biggest thing with the program, which I used Lightburn, it was a one time. I thought it was a one-time license fee, but I keep getting a notification that my license is like expired and there's an update or something. Um, but I'm just pushing that off until it like don't let me do it no more. Um, but the biggest thing is just like paying attention, which sounds simple, but like the other day I started something. I was in a hurry, um, so I started something real quick and didn't realize I hadn't grouped a bunch of lines together for a logo, and so instead of it doing an outline of something, it did a fill and filled the whole area, so it ruined the whole coaster. Which meant I can go back and sand it and reuse the coaster. It's extra time. Um, it's time wasted. Um, so that's the biggest thing is just taking your time and paying attention, which I've tried to be good about, but I got in a rush the other day and I shouldn't have done that. I knew better. Man, what you talking about? Stan, what you talking about? I told my son, because this is his graduation trip and also kind of like the trip of a lifetime for the family. I was like, this might be a once and done, like never again, you know, afford something like this. God really blessed us this year to be able to do it. Things really worked out in certain ways, certain things happened, and with the job and everything. And I told him how much we've spent for the trip, and we're not even there. And his eyes got big. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, see, y'all better enjoy. I was like, this is not no little thing here. This is a big deal. So this is their Christmas too. Like it's like y'all don't be expecting, stuff under the tree and all that. This is it. And they all like, okay, that's good. I mean, I can probably get them I'll get them a pack of Juicy Stripes or something. Alan, okay, Alan. I can remember that. One of my best buds is Alan. Only person who's ever fired me from a job who I'm still good buddies with. Because he didn't want to fire me, but his higher up made him fire me. Lack of sales growth for the company. It's a bad way to go, ain't it? Anyways, so yeah, Stan, we've looked at all that, and so we gave each of our kids money, basically, and said, look, this is yours. If we go eat, out to eat somewhere, that's on me. I got it. In Disney, if you want a souvenir, you have this much money. So like my older two, they both have checking accounts. So we put the money in their accounts. My youngest one, I put his money on my Cash App card, and he'll have my Cash App card. Um, I might physically carry it. You feel me? but that'll be his money. It's separated. And uh, I was like, so if y'all want snacks, you're wanting a Dole Whip or a churro or whatever, I was like, you do you. And if you run out, you run out. So it's a way to minimize cost and make them think about what they're doing. Hopefully, teach them a little financial responsibility. So we'll see if it was a good plan after it's all said and done. So Mario, I'm 42. I've never had a churro, so I do want to try one down there. So my kids have been watching countless videos by these content creators who do Disney like all the time. And so if you're not doing the sit down restaurants, it's actually not too bad price wise. So like if there's like one of the little places has like these different types of spring rolls. So if we went up and everybody got one type of spring roll, $5, whatever, then everybody can just sample. Then it wouldn't be bad. But the sit down restaurants, that's where they get you. And like my daughter, she loves Winnie the Pooh, and you can only see Winnie the Pooh in one place, and it's the Crystal Palace. And the Crystal Palace is an all you can eat buffet where Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and the people from there hang out. It's like $70, $80 a person. Yeah, 70. I think it's $70 a person. I looked at her. I said, "I love you, but no, ain't happening." He said, "All the churros." Yeah. So apparently, in all the parks they have churros, but only in Animal Kingdom are the churros like perfect and fresh. They said all the other parks, the churros taste like what you'd get at the store. So we're gonna try one at the Animal Kingdom. Like I've never had one. I don't even know what to expect. I assume it's cinnamon. I truly don't even know what a churro is supposed to taste like. Hey, buddy, that's my youngest right there, Caleb. When did your when did your login have 9649 on the end? I don't remember that. That's a random number. Bicycle sandwich. Out here they got rednecks riding in vans selling ice cream. Oh man, you don't know why? Okay, maybe we can see if we can change it. I do like a good croissant. There is a place that still does croissants. It might be Main Street, Stan. My daughter would know. She's got a color coordinated plan on her phone and the Notes app. Everything's color coordinated and broken down by areas of the different parks. I mean, she's got it planned. Guy at Walmart walking around selling. Now you got me at tamales. Woo, man! My brother and I used to work with this Mexican guy named Jesse, and his mama and grandmama, abuela, would come to the studio, and the huge, like 64 quart, whatever the huge cooler is, full of tamales. Uh, Green chili, we got rojo, green chili, and then cheese. I forget, three or four different kinds. They were all delicious, and they would sell out too, like quick. I forget it was like $4 for a dozen. It wasn't a bad price. $5 a dozen, and man, they were so good. I love a good tamale. I'd eat some right now if I had them, but I don't. Not so legals. That's funny. Oh, I'm sure they were delicious, Mario. I'm sure they were. That's funny you say that, Greg. So there's a Mexican here in town called used to be called Pachos. Now it's oh I forget. Anyways, there was a man here in town named George, and George had this huge jalapeno garden, and somehow he knew the guy who ran the restaurant, Los, I forget the name of it, anyways, and um, so they put an item on the menu called George's Poppers, and they are George's jalapenos. They're sliced open, de-seeded, and then you can get either chicken or beef, seasoned chicken or seasoned beef, covered in Chihuahua cheese, and they're just like cooked, under the broiler or whatever. Delicious, absolutely delicious. But yeah, George's Pop. He passed on 2 years ago, I think, and they still have it on the menu as George's Poppers in his honor. And they are now the chicken ones. They're not that good, but then beef ones, they're delicious. Big Jim in the house. What's up, Uncle Jim? Stan, if you can eat anywhere in Disney for 4 people for $30, I think you did really freaking well. Yes, I do. Now we pulling into the house. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I'll sit out here with y'all for a few more minutes before I call it a day. I've never had a tamale out of the trunk of a car, but it sounds good. Hey, Brother Don. Thank you, brother. Michael Hale. Hey, buddy. Michael. Casey Cawthon at Cawthon Cutlery might be interested in that. I think it was an 87 pattern you had Saturday. It was pretty bone. I think it was a 78. If you didn't sell it, he might be interested in that. FYI. Thank you all for popping in. I was just missing the brotherhood after Saturday. I was ready for some more interaction. Oh, look, he's back. Casey's back. I honestly don't know if I have your number, Michael. Um, maybe I do. I don't remember. Oh yeah, you texted me the other day, didn't you? Did you text me? I don't remember. I don't remember. Um, Casey, I'll email you some pictures of that trapper though that I was telling you about when I get upstairs. Or I can text them to Clint, and Clint can text them to you since I don't have your number. On the card he gave me. Okay, we did text last week. Okay. I don't think I got a card from Michael. Jim. I picked. Really? Sorry, looking at a text from my wife. Oh my God, my family. So okay, multiple things. Oh, Clint, that's a good friend right there. That's a good friend. So I won't send it to Clint. I'll send it to you. And then Ed, I did pick up a lumberjack, but I put it right back down. The blades were a little beat up on it, and honestly, that gentleman, his stuff was just too expensive. Um, I know his name because I bought from him last year. I mean, he's a nice guy, but his stuff's just too expensive. He's wanting like full blown crazy eBay price. You know, he wanted 90 on that Remington Bullet Moose. I can get it for 60 on eBay, new in the box. His was new in the box too, but I've seen him go for 60 on eBay. Um, he wanted 200 on that case sailor's knife, the rigging knife, and that was a 2002. So maybe it's worth that, but I mean, it's not even really vintage. It's 23 years old. Um, I didn't ask him about the lumberjack because I just knew it was gonna be too much. Yeah. That kind of friend. That's funny. Uh, Friends like that, who needs enemies? Um, I thought his name was Brad Case, but I might be wrong. The other guy back there who had the big booth, that was the knife nut or the knife guy, Jim or Jed, the knife guy. He had a big old trailer and RV out there. Um, his prices I thought were a little high, but apparently he would work with you. I didn't know this till I saw Steven's video. And then I was like, oh, son of a gun, because he had a whole bunch of Zippos. I didn't even go look at them. Granddad case on whatnot. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that. But yeah, I bought a Craftsman muskrat from Brad last year. Like I say, he's a nice guy. This stuff was just too high for me. Um, what I what I was wanting to do and able to do. Um, if I didn't have the trip coming up, things would have been a whole lot different Friday, Saturday, whole lot different. Duke the knife guy. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Things would have been different if I wouldn't have had the trip coming up. But you gotta love, gotta take care of the family and the kids and all that. So um, he had nice stuff. I've never, like I said it on the video, I've never seen so many folding hunters at one place in my life. And that one box was just slap full of case folding hunters. I mean, if that would have just made HT's head spin, I'm sure. Um, but anyways, I'm gonna start saving now for next year. Like I'm for real. Like I'm gonna start putting a little bit of cash aside every check, and um, like I'm for real. I'm gonna start setting aside now for next year, and I'm gonna plan on coming down, taking Friday off work, and if Doc has a get together, I'm gonna be there Friday, and if I can get over there while y'all are setting up, I'm gonna come over there and help set up and get some deals. Then, yeah, for real, that's my plan. I got cash in my pocket right now. I think I'll go stash it because I really want to go to really, really go. You know what I mean? And obviously, like I said, I'll come in and help move. I'll tote tables and stuff around. I don't mind. I'm a big old boy. I know how to work. I would have stayed later yesterday. If I would have been by myself, I would have stayed. I say yesterday, 2 days ago, Saturday. Um, yeah, I want that one too, Alan. Um, I would have stayed till the end of the day, 5 o'clock, whatever it was. Um, and I told my wife and son, I was like, y'all don't need to go. I was like, you're going to be bored. Which my son, he was okay. Um, but uh, she ended up, not wanting to be in there because it was loud or whatever. So she sat in the car reading a book. And so that kind of makes me feel, you know, um, bad about staying too long, um, making her sit in the car. So um, even though I was tired, I would have stayed. So yeah, 2026 gonna be the year of Bubba buying knives at Ellaville. Yes, sir. I might wear a mask and nobody knows who I am, just so I can walk around and buy knives. No, it was fun meeting everybody. I met some great people. Really did. Yeah, yeah. I remember you said you had to go to work. Um, Met some great people though. Mr. Tim from South Carolina. Him and I, we really hit it off, man. I really enjoyed it. Him and I chatted a whole bunch Saturday. And then Brother Billy Silvers, man, we chatted a bunch. Just there's some great, great guys. I wish now I'd have went over there and sat behind the table with Jim and Rex for a while and just chatted with them because I'm sure that would have been the life of the party just over there listening to them two. But I didn't think about it. Didn't think about it. Yeah, Alan, internet famous. That's funny. Uh, it was fun though. It was a good time. Um, You know, if Kevin would put on 2 of those a year, people would show up twice. I guarantee you. If he did it twice a year, I would never expect him to do that. But if he did it twice a year, it'd be nuts twice a year. I truly think it would. I hope all the vendors did well. I hope they really did. Um, I don't know about the custom guys if they did as well, like Gordon Hamby with Hambone Blades, and then JJ Bladesmith, and I don't know how they did since it's custom stuff and definitely a higher price point. But I hope they did well. Yeah, thinking does hurt. Uh, well, they say the hamster wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead, or something like that. Anyhow, man alive. I'm gonna go inside, y'all. It's been a long day. I appreciate y'all jumping on here for me. I really do. Did not expect this at all, that this many people would stay and chat this long in the afternoon, but I really appreciate it, sincerely. So until the next time, be good. And I love you all. God richly bless you. Don't work too hard. And if you do work too hard, make sure you're compensated for it. Okay, Casey, I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, yeah, Hambone. Actually, JJ's Bladesmith, and he has some eye candy too, Jim. I wish I'd have took video and pictures of it. It's fantastic. But thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate you. Remember, do something kind for someone else. God bless you.